Good afternoon. Hey, Fritz. Good morning. Good morning right back to you, sir. Anyway, I got new earbuds. They came in today, so we'll see how they are. There's like a weird clip on these. Like I don't like the texture of them. It's that like rubbery kind of grippy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Yeah. Let's continue. Continue doing some spell stuff. So I'm kinda stuck right now with I wanted to try to add in. You know what? These sound kind of weird too. Yeah, I guess I'll get used to them. At least I don't shock my ears. I'm considering how to apply the spell restrictions and how to get that information, like the most efficient way to get that information out of the configs. I think I have to build like a dictionary. That way I can like parse through it. But I have no idea. I want something where I can add in one place and it just, you know, works. What was I working on? Oh yeah, I got the logic done for the random teleport. So now, boop, you can randomly teleport now. So Shadow Step is good to go. Although I don't think I have the particles in. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of the particles. We'll have to do. So this takes random from a 64 by 64 like area. Technically, it would be 128 by 128. Audio balances tend to be different between one headset to another, so I do not doubt it sounds odd. Yeah, it sounds kind of lower quality. But, I mean, as long as it doesn't shock me, I'm good. Oh, I finished telekinesis. Watch this. This spell, like, when I was done with it, I actually sat back and I was like, I think this is actually kind of a cool spell. Because, you know, I was, like, questioning before, like, would anyone want this kind of spell? Right? So you could do something like this, right? You got a stack of 64. If you cast telekinesis, you actually boop, pull them onto you. And it does it in like an area of effect, and it does 8 at a time. 8 items per cast at a time. So this is actually a really neat spell. You can do it from kind of far away, too. I gave it some decent range. So I was like playing around with this. I'm like, this is cool. I like it. Although, you know what? Casting the spell, I want to tweak one thing. One teensy-weensy little thing. Let's pull up telekinesis. There we go. Apply item, teleport. We're gonna add 0, 0, and we will put in this, which is going to be player in dot local I position dot y. Want to see if I can like make it like look like it's coming to you, you know? It like throws them on you now. I kind of like that more, right? It's like boop. It's like you just bring them all to you now. That's pretty fun. Failed. No block selected. I think I gave it like a 2 block range. So really it's like, you know, 4 blocks like all around, like a 4 block by 4 block circle. And it could pick up like any item, right? Like if I throw out this block, whoops, don't throw the guidebook backwards, right? Throw out that, you know, throw out the sword. Yeah, I got all that junk over there. And just pick everything back up. So that spell turned out to be cooler than I thought it would. That one's pretty much done too. Like the particles and everything, I'd say that's done. Shadow Step, we need to do particles on, and then that one should be done. Oh, and we got to update this. Technically, it's a 64 block radius now. I have no clue how Dream still doesn't understand how the crystallized memories work. Yeah. I kind of had to say something there. I understand being frustrated, but I'll pull up Discord. Like, there's no reason to be a dick. You know what I mean? If you want help, you know, there's help. If you have a suggestion, there's a suggestion. But when you start saying things that are, you know, coming off as attacking, you know, you kind of suck the fat one. You know what I mean? Life's too short to have that kind of toxicity in your life. Yep, 64. 64. So yeah, so I figured the 32 by 32, it seemed kind of pointless a little bit. Like it was too little once I was starting to like teleport around. Because remember, it is a random number, right? So sometimes you can teleport close, other times you don't. And with that smaller range, it seems like more times. See, like, we teleported this far away, right? Which is way more than 32 blocks, right? It's probably a little more than 32 there. Right, teleport again. See, now we teleported south. Back north. Right, so back over here. So I think it needed more of a range, definitely. And I think you can only use this spell, I'm pretty sure I said it right. So like if you're underground, you cannot use this spell. You cannot Shadow Step. You have to be like above ground on the topmost, and then you can Shadow Step. Because I was thinking like, well, how would you... You know, like, this is pretty much going to be surface ascent, like a randomized surface ascent if I allow you to do it, like, in caves. And the math behind shadow stepping, like, it was going to become a nightmare to make it like, oh, well, let's check so many blocks high, so many blocks below. You can't go to the surface if you're in a cave. I'm like, all that stuff is useless. Like, just, it's an above ground thing, and you can teleport. Honestly, I think no particles is better. I meant as an escape. I was going to have black particles spawn at your feet, you know, because you are shadow stepping, right? So the darkness kind of comes up. That's what the extent of the particles would have been. There, I probably should put that in there. The weird part is, though, it's not really doing what I want it to do. Like, we should be in here, right? So we got Shadow Step. I should be generating area of effect part. Oh, this could be why. You know what it is? It's probably putting them, like, at my feet. it's probably putting them at my feet, and I'm just not in the area anymore. So it could be leaving particles, like, where I was. But, you know, no idea. No idea. Right? Although it should stick to the entity. Player entity ID 4 seconds by ID, which should be Shadow Step. I don't know. I mean, for now, maybe it really doesn't need particles, right? It kind of is an escape. We'll just have it be like no particles. Oh, you know what I could do to double check though? Let's re-enable what I just disabled. Right, and then I'll do a /TP Vice 68 127 -14. Whoops. There we go. So now if I do Shadow Step, teleport back, yeah, see, so there are no particles right now. Kind of weird how there are no particles. Oh, because I'm doing this in Riftwalker. Let's go into Shadow Step. Jeez, man, you kidding me? Okay, this is Shadow Step. Wait a minute. Okay, so no, there should be particles here. I was going to say, Jesus Christ. Okay, so this should be fine. Kind of feel like I should have a secondary thing here. I wonder if it has to do with error message. Oh, it does have to do with error message because error message is being changed server side, not client side. Which means all of this other logic is kind of not being called. So let's do that. So for the error message, this is where I could put in the flavor text of, like, you know, you emerge from the shadows. So let's pull up a spell that is using some kind of... I cleaned up everything here, huh? Maybe Rapid Shot? Apply buff. I want to send a message to the player. Summon Corpse. I think I got something here. Yeah, I got something here. So this is the method that I want. Let's go back to Shadow Step. Let's go over here. I'm not going to do message spell failed. I will say generic. Let's get the key that I made. Totally forgot what it is. A Shadow Step. It's down here, right? Yep. You reappear from the realm of shadows. This is the key that I want. And let's pop that in there. Actually, I think this should be... It's either going to be client or server side. I don't know. Hey, there we go. Those are the particles I wanted. I do not want them to last that long. You know, actually, they could last that long. I think that's fine. This needs to be called server side. Alright, try this again. You reappear from the realm of shadows. I like that. Look at that rabbit running. Oh, shit, there was something attacking there. See, that the time like that, right? A bear's charging towards you. You can just get the hell out. You can leave. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. All right, cool. I don't want some black transparency. I don't want the purple in there. Okay, that I think is better. Purple, this is not an arcane spell, but Shadow has purple in it. Okay, so I say Shadow Step is done. Telekinesis is done. Shadow Step is done as well. Move those over to the side. So I have Riftwalker and Blink. I think Blink is pretty much done. Let's use that a little bit for funsies. Let me pull up the spell. Blink. I like that. You could teleport high. You won't take... here, let's do GM1. Make sure you cannot take fall damage. Oh, no fall damage. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Instead of running, you could just kind of teleport, since I gave it a 16 block range. That is a fun spell. If I had mana, like Armoron, these spells would cost literally 25% of like all stats. That is fun. So you could polymorph something and then teleport away. Although, you know, like casting it right now, I think... Let me get like actual mage armor here. I'm a rust mage. This is like, I'll be at the pinnacle of spellcasting. Because right now it takes 2.5 seconds, right? So it's half of what it is normally. Because I get a 50% decrease with the staff. Let's put on the rest of the mage armor. And we will get, I don't know, white. Why not? We'll get all archmage stuff. Oop. I need mana. Oop. Yeah, just watch my mana shoot up with this. I'm surprised no one said that the mage armor doesn't give enough mana and want me to increase it. Yeah, 500. Oh, if you look too. So, you know, from all this stuff here, I hopped on little time I had before the stream. And I did find out how to actually intercept the displayed hover text information. So for Magic Experience, in case anyone's confused, Magic EXP 0 out of 100, and I put % in there. Just so we know it doesn't take 100 points to, you know, to level up. It is a percentage. And then I decided to do it with mana too. So mana 60 out of 500. Little quality of life stuff. Nope, mage armor is good. That's what I like to hear. The whole idea is, like, I wanted you to, like, if you really want to do spell casting and, like, lean into being a caster, like, the mage armor, it's so good. You know, like, you need that mage armor on, which makes you sacrifice other mods' armors, right? So you can't have a situation where it's like that. Remember that, like, Draconic Evolution or Draconium Evolution or whatever it was in Minecraft? Like, that really overpowered thing where you could just have, like, God armor, and then And then even if you use like Ars Magica or anything, like you didn't need armor in those games, right? Like Ars Magica, you get to a point where you leveled up so much that you could literally wear any armor you want because your mana pool was infinite and enormous. You know, so I wanted to make it to where, like, okay, if you're going to do endgame, like right now, just by having that armor on, not only did I go from 300 mana to 500, my spell is cut in half, right? So now it only takes 37 mana instead of 75. And I want to add tier 4 stuff like amulets, rings. Basically, I want to deck out some of this unused stuff and have it to where, like, okay, if you cast like your invocation spells will cast 25% faster. You know, or, you know, little things like that, you know, buff duration on you know, alteration skills increase by 50%, you know, like the timers. Now I can spam this and it's taken very little mana. I feel like maybe it should be a little faster. Right, what's the difference between, like, teleporting like that and just, like, sprinting away from something in the heat of the battle, you know? Although you could just, like, teleport, like, up. Boop. Lightning resistance. Nice. Burp. Teleport away. Because, see, like, I went here. Like, it sounds like a lot. 16 blocks sounds like a lot, but you go from here to here. You know, so maybe... should it be a 1 second cast at the most? Like a 1 second cast? Although, you know what? If I make it a 1 second cast, you probably will never need the run speed buff once you get Blink. T3 is focused on magic elements. T4 is focused on magic schools. That's kind of, yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, tier 4 should be more like, you know, fun magic, right? Like, I want to make something where you could change, you know, like maybe localized weather systems, right? And you know, you feel more like, you know, an archmage. You know, you start making those really good, you know, like trinkets and rings and, you know. And it brings about the familiar system as well. That's going to be the other big thing. Nah. I think that was for the increase in cast time, or decrease for Blink. Well, I mean, either way, Blink is done, right? Blink is done, and then we got Riftwalker. You know, with Riftwalker, I'm trying to think what I should do for... Okay, so this is going to be Riftwalker, right? Takes a lot more time. I'm channeling it here. And then, bam, right? I got my Rift particles there. But the thing is, like, it's like a Blink, but... I mean, I could do something like this. Now, this may actually put me inside of a wall. In which case, you know, this spell comes with a lot of, you know... Oh, oh man. Almost into a wall, right? But you could very well find yourself inside of a wall. And if that's the case, you know, you're going to have to teleport out or, you know, like this right here, you are kind of trapped. Now, what you could do is meditate. Like, I do not prevent you from meditating in here. And really, this is what you see when you're stuck. If you happen to have a torch... Here, I'll put the fire torch on. Right? This is what you'll see. You'll be, like, inside. And you could start mining. You know, like, you could start breaking some stuff here and, you know... Kinda, let's see, do this a little bit. There we go. And then you can get out. A Riftwalker, when in wall, gives rust sickness. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Although I got to be careful with that because some people have complained about the, the rust sickness being too aggressive. But like it's kind of hard to orient yourself. I mean, you could then, meditate, cast the spell, and try and point up, right? Because it's 8 blocks in whatever direction you're looking. So, boop. Okay, so I escaped, right? Hey, a rift appeared. I was gonna say, here, let's get rid of that. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm close enough. Nope, I was. Must have been right at the edge. I love that I can just close those things. Here. We're gonna do something here. I'm going to sit down. There we go. All right. So we are going to... Oops. There we go. I am going to meditate for a bit. I got to get up for like 5 minutes here and do something. But yeah, I will kind of play around with that whole Riftwalker thing. See if you are in a wall when you reappear. But all right, everyone. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It's about to rain here, so I had to like put the mower in the garage and. There we go. Vice made a friend. I did. Who? Who? What new friend did I make? Was it with my mower? So I think my mower's happy to like not get rained on. This is the new meditation particles, by the way. Figured I'd go with something a little more gentle. And it doesn't go higher than your view height a lot of times. Right, so it's all, you know, you could be sitting first person, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, nice, gentle... Hey, Vexus! Yeah, right? Like, I figured it'd be more, like, serene this way. And the particles will all just kind of disappear. Boop. The drifter came up to say hi. Wanted to eat my biscuits, huh? How's that a friend? Oh, it's because my temporal stability is like 20%. There we go. We'll slowly increase it. So Riftwalker. Let's pop that spell on here. Okay, Riftwalker. So we're thinking a quick burst of. Should it be like 5 seconds? Should you have rust sickness for 5 seconds? I'm just not quite sure. I think I could definitely do this. You know, apply rust sickness. So it should be right at the end here. So right here I can say if and I will say, I'm going to have to get the block, right? I should create a new block position. I hate that the formatting's a little weird. There we go. It's trying to like correct for me, and it's making it look weird. That sounds nice. Yeah, nice 5 seconds of rust sickness. Only when you teleport into a closed space, like into a wall. I won't put that debuff on you just for using it to like teleport in. So I'm gonna create a new, this max ray direction as block position. So this should have our vector 3 position, and then I can say if, and we're going to say player.block_accessor.getBlock. I'm going to put this in collision boxes does not equal null. Right? So if you teleport into a block that has some kind of collision box in it, so we're not talking like open air or anything, you shouldn't get rust sickness from anything that's passable, right? So like tall grass and stuff like that. But if you are inside a block that has a collidable, you cannot walk all the way through kind of thing, then let's give you rust sickness. I believe I made a method for this. RM helpers dot. Did I name it like apply? Send packet. Trying to think how I apply this stuff. I may not have created a method for it. If that's the case, we're fixing that now. So, Nexus, we will look for game tick listener, debuff rust sickness. I didn't create anything. I'm just doing the raw attribute. Alright, we'll just continue it. This is fine. I'll say player dot, whoops. Watched attribute set int rust sickness 5 seconds. There we go. And we also have to sync this up. So I'll do player dot watched attributes dot mark path dirty. And we are going to mark this path as dirty. There we go. That way, because this is run on just the server, so I want the client to also see. That way it could do the rendering. All right, let's give it a try. So I should be in the wall. If I cast it here, I should end up in the wall. Or I'll do it like right here. There we go. Oh wait, my game mode. Let's teleport back out. In creative mode, rust sickness does not affect the player. Oh, I'm still okay, so I'm inside a wall, so that wasn't enough. So man, it eats up quite a bit of your hunger, huh? You want to know something funny here? It's not, I don't think it's teleporting me out right now. No, it is. Okay, wow, I was just really unlucky going through that wall. Hey! Jerk face. Oh shit, wolves. Help! Why is this cast time so long? There we go. Yep, rust sickness. I'm trapped. I could just dig my way out, right? Oh shit! Boop. Ha 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 ha! Loser! 5 seconds is good. Alternately, you apply a ritual fail roll to them. Yes. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right. So I think all of those are done. The only real thing that I now have to do is figure out how I'm going to... Oh, that's a deep drifter. I still have the weakness of heal on these. That's gonna have to be looked at. Let's get that patch disabled. That's probably going to confuse people, because people, I can already tell, right? I can already foresee someone, and accurate confusion, right? Being like, it says the weakness is heal, but we don't have, like, I don't have a heal element, or I can't cast the healing orb anymore, or something like that. We'll just come on down. You know what? I won't get rid of everything. Yeah, I will. There we go. We'll just comment all of that out. Comment that out. I will still apply the behavior. Okay, so that should fix that, just to make sure. We're going to reload. That way it can reload the patch. Oh, I'm gonna have to restart the game, huh? Yeah, reloading like I did, it doesn't affect entities that have already spawned in. You have to like shut down and come back in, because it's right when the game starts that I apply, like right when you log into the server. I put all that tagged information on there as like a one-time thing. There we go. That's better. So we need to figure out the system that we are going to use for configs. We got some work to do here. Let's get rid of everything but the spellcasting tool. Close all but this. So I've been thinking about, you know, the configs, right? So let's kind of scroll up here. Come on, where is it? Okay, this section here. So disabling spells. So I can put in static, you know, static if statements that checks to see if the spell's disabled, or and it's the spell that you're trying to cast. All right, and then if the spell's disabled for the spell you're trying to cast, I can do a return. I can have it to where it will still like open a chest or do whatever, right? Open up a GUI, but it will send a message to you saying that this spell has been disabled. I am not going to do that for, what are we at, 208 spells now? 210, whatever the new number is. Going all the way down. That's not the way this is going to roll. What I'm going to need to do is find a more efficient way to kind of reiterate through all of this stuff. And I think the way I'm going to have to do that is through a dictionary. I think we're going to have to make a dictionary for this. It's actually going to be a similar thing to the global spell dictionary. Right, so basically I create like the dictionary key. I'm not sure where to actually like compile this dictionary either. I don't know if I should do it right in like Rustbound Magic or if I should do it from the config side here. I'm thinking maybe I can have the method ran here. So that's saving, applying the configs. Like, yeah, maybe I could just do the registration and everything in here. This is not static, right? Okay, this is not static, so I should. Yeah, I think I can do this. I'll have most of the logic live in here where it makes sense, and I can build out the dictionary, and then just in here I can connect the dots. So I would probably do it in, let's see, what section? No, this right here, assets finalize. I could do it right at the end. That way I make sure that it read the config file and got all the extra options, so I can parse everything through accurately. It's my thought. So let's do this. Let's create a new method. I'm gonna move this off to the side. Actually, I'm just gonna use a lot of this as baseline here. So instead of add spell to dictionary, I'm going to say add disabled spell status to dictionary. We need to now create an empty dictionary for this. So right at the top, we're gonna pop in a new variable. right here. And we'll kind of space it out like that. So instead of full spell dictionary, it will be similar to down here. It will be disabled spell status, we'll call it. Why not? Sounds good. Disabled spell status dictionary. Now, what we're going to have to take in is a string, and then instead of spell base, it's going to have to be a bool. Right? Because I'm going to care about the spell name, and then if it's true or false. There we go. So that's going to be our dictionary there. So we'll have the key and the value. Now we are going to have to create another method that's going to be like initialize dictionary, something like that. Let's see. This will be a public void. I'll just type it out. Public void. Let's say initialize. And then I'll copy this. And spell dictionary. Now, what I should be able to do... Oh, I gotta fix that down there. Boop. And boop. And boop. There we go. And this should not be spell-based. This should be a bool, spell name, and I'll say spell enabled in. Or I'll do spell disabled. Stick with the same kind of logic here. Copy, paste that in, right? So basically I'm going to, when I'm adding it to the dictionary, I'll make sure that there is a dictionary, right, to begin with. That the dictionary doesn't already have the key. Just in case I put something in twice, it's not going to cause confusion, right? So if it's a spell, new spell, it goes in once. And then we will then add to that dictionary based on that spell name and the disabled status. So that means in here, we will say this dot add spell to dictionary. We'll start off with rust orb, so I need to do spell names dot rust orb 1 dot toString, right? Similar to how spells are. And then I'm going to have to get the actual key, right? So in this case, it's going to be this dot rust orb 1 enabled. And we're going to make sure, right? Because that's the bool. So this is the default right here. Like, it takes the default value for this. We don't have to worry about that because I'm going to be running this after the player's, like, attributes have already been applied. Ideally, hopefully. Right, so we got this dictionary. Now what I need to do is come over to... Oh, you know what? Maybe it would be in here. So if config API load mod config file name. So if it's null, okay, so that's just generating something new. I don't want to do anything in there. We're going to save that. We're going to come over here. And it should be right here. Config load API. I wonder if I could do it right down here. I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to say this dot... Oh, it's not going to be this. It's going to be mod config dot initialize... Could be this. Hope I don't have to make it a static. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make this a static, huh? I guess I could let it live in here, that particular method. And then I could make this one a static. I just got to make sure that this right here is not... Well, I guess technically this would already be a static, huh? So let's try... Public static void. That means I cannot add things like this as descriptors in here. It would be... You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I may actually end up moving these two things out of here. Yeah, I'm going to. It would have been nice to have them in here. But it is what it is. There we go. I'm going to have to make a couple adjustments, right? Because it's no longer this. It's going to have to be rustboundmagic.config add... You know, it is going to be this here. This is the part where I'm going to have to call out the config and get the config option. That also means, let's scroll up to the top. I have to bring this back over. So we'll cut that out. And I'll put this right up top. Cut, paste. There we go. Space it out a little bit. So we'll get that dictionary, which means I have to do this dot. There we go. So that should initialize it. So right now, we should be able to pull out Rust Orb 1 and see if it's disabled. Now let's go into the spellcasting tool. So now I can try to pull out the variable. And I'll say rustboundmagic dot, and this is the disabled spell status dictionary. And we're going to pull out the variable. I'll just call it test for now. So I will say if... Now's the time when we're going to iterate through everything. It's only one entry now. But now I can say maybe if... if the player watched attributes get string, right? So I'm going to get your current spell you're trying to cast equals, and instead of Rust Orb 1, we're going to say test dot, I believe it's going to be key, right? Because you have your key and your values. So it's going to say, is the thing you're trying to do Rust Orb 1? Then I got to put another if statement in here. Because now we got to do a second check. We're going to have to say if I believe I want to say test dot get value. Because remember, the value is a bool. So if it's false, if the value is false, right? So if it's Rust Orb and in that dictionary it's false, then let's do this, which is going to send the message saying that this spell's been disabled. I will still allow you to interact with a GUI or open something, and then we will just return right away so it doesn't go any further. And then that spell should effectively be disabled, right? If I did everything right. So we're going to shut down. I'm going to open up the game here. I'm going to go to my config options. Mod config. Rustbound Magic. Here we go. Let's look specifically for Rust Orb. There we go. Rust Orb 1. Right now, it is true. It's enabled. I'm going to set that to false. Right, so this is what a server owner should be able to do. I want to disable Rust Orb 1 for whatever reason. Who am I to judge, right? Who am I? Did I include the new spell in here? We got Rust Orb 1. Telekinesis. Yep, I got telekinesis in here. Good, good. Alright, let's build and restart the game. So starting up, you can still make the grimoire, you can still go as far as you want with it. But this is gonna be part of like the server owner's gonna have to tell their people what spells are enabled or disabled. I'm not gonna be able to intercept like names and stuff and add flags and whatnot. I could try and put something in the grimoire text itself, and I may do that. You know, saying like this spell's been disabled. That way you can look at your grimoire. All right, let's cast a spell. Let's make it daytime. There we go. So let's make sure I can still cast any spell. Yep. There's Blink. Let's get Rust Orb. There we go, Rust Orb 1. So technically this spell should be globally disabled. We will get rid of Shadow Step. Feels like 5 spell slots are not enough, huh? This is not enough. So it allowed me to cast. So it is not disabled right now. I think I may know what the issue is. No, actually I don't, because from the config... It could be that I'm trying to initialize this too early. Let's try to put some print statements in here to see what information we are trying to pull out. Trying to interact with. Where is it? Spell staff. I'll do it right in here. So for each variable and test, I'll say armor references dot logger. And I'll say spell info. And then I want to get test dot key and test dot value. Spell info 1, spell info 2. Let's see what it thinks. Okay, so it says Rust Orb 1, and then it has it as true. Which it should be a false, so that tells me that I built this dictionary before people were able, before your changes were able to be applied, I think. Think so. Which means we gotta go a little deeper here. Assets finalized. Let's put it right at the end of assets finalize. Give this a try. And I will comment it out here. We're gonna have to shut down the game. Build. I did save this, right? Did I save this when I set it to false? I'm not sure. It should be false. I did just click save just in case. There we go. Did I save that? Because I'm thinking about it. I have config options for your spell dictionary, right? and everything is fine there. So I don't know. Aw, damn it. Gotta get that spell again. Alright, I gotta gracefully shut down this time. Take out that spell again. This spell has been disabled. False. Cannot cast the spell, and I'm telling you. Now let's, oh, you can't. Looks like it's too aggressive. Yeah. I cannot have it that early on here, so let's cut this out, because you can't get to the GUI now to change your spell. Okay, so right after this... I'm gonna pop this right here. So I will allow you to be able to open it back up to pick a new spell, right? So we'll pick Blink here. Nice, easy Blink. I can cast that spell, hooray. But the server administrator, you know, shut off Rust Orb. Yep, can't cast it. This spell has been disabled. Just put in test. Yep, that is exactly what it says. But all the other spells work. There we go. Boop. I love telekinesis. That's such a fun spell. So now what I have to do, the most tedious part of this whole thing, is the fact that I now have to go into... where is it? Go into here. And I gotta copy and paste this and put in an entry for every single spell. Every single spell. So while I'm doing that, if anyone has any other suggestions, anything else that may be a slam dunk that needs to be in this update, you have plenty of time to tell me now. You will have absolutely plenty of time. Realize I never checked Discord. Is there an easy way to... Before I just start doing it, is there an easy way to do this? I could do maybe like a search and replace... but unfortunately, anything here, it's gonna be all weird. But this may... Nope, do it. Get to work, Vice! Chop, chop! I'm not going to allow you to disable innate spells. I'm just going to come out and say that. You cannot disable innate spells. You can disable any other spells, but not the innate ones. They're kind of needed for the functionality of the mod. Okay, so I'm going... Yeah, we got it. We got a nice little copy and paste here. I'll leave that. Right, we got our regions. So I'm going to select everything. And I'm going to specifically look for... Oops. Add spell to dictionary. We are going to replace that with add disabled spell status to dictionary. Now, ideally, all I have to do is go through and, like, paste in only one section here. Ideally. God, this is gonna be a pain in the balls, man. Ugh. Because I could try... It doesn't even, like, line it up right. I could do, like, direct lines down. And see, like, I can do, like, select. I just don't see... I'm wasting time. Copy this. Paste this in a bunch of darn times. See, now I got to go back through and I got to do like dot fireball, right? Fireball 1, dot aqua burst 1, dot arrow blast 1, dot stone fist 1. This is tedious, but this is a lot better than the alternate. Weld burst. Boop. Ether bolt. I'm debating on if I should do a bunch of play testing or if I should just push it out. Push out the update. You know, like do a play test as in like make sure, you know, you can cast spells, make sure you can level up, make sure, you know, you can make like some synthesis recipes like spot check synthesis. Silent steps, agility 1, equilibrium 1, friend animal, hydrate farmlands, fertilize, telekinesis. Why is telekinesis here? Telekinesis should be underneath summon corpse. Because it's a conjuration spell, right? Like yeah, it's conjuration. It needs to be underneath summon corpse. I guess this allows me to spot check things, right? True North. Summon Light 1. Summon Corpse. Oop. And we got telekinesis in there. Sweet. Gonna be a similar thing. I guess this isn't going to take that long. Well, it's going to take me like 5 or 6 minutes. This isn't that bad. I mean, I already have my solid list, right? There's not much more to do after that. I am curious, though, to see if there's any kind of delay when you're like running through things. You know what I should do? I should prune out. When I generate the list, we're going to make this more efficient. That way, every time you cast a spell, it's not going through 200, right, to see if there's anything true or false. I will remove keys that are considered false. That's what I'll do. We'll do that right now. So, disable dictionary, here's the key, and then I can say, if disabled spell dot... Oh, you know what? I don't even have to do that. I could just do this. Boop. So if the input equals false, then go ahead and add it to the dictionary. If not, don't bother adding it to the dictionary. It's an enabled spell. Just cast it. Boom! Bam! All right, so that just improved things a lot. You're welcome. Or Shadow Step. There it is. Okay. Just spot checking the new spells. Shadow Step's pretty cool. Like I said, I think Telekinesis is like my favorite tier 1 spell. Boop. Boop. And boop. Oh, why do I have so many spells in this game? Because I can't do anything in moderation? Is that it? I get obsessed wanting to make something neat. Could be all the above. I gotta think what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. Raining outside. It's a good thing I put away that lawnmower. Yeah, so I can't grill or anything. Maybe tonight's a night where I just get something delivered. Lazy. There we go. Jeez, man. So there's going to be Rust Orb 2. Fireball 2. Aqua Burst 2. Aeroblast 2. Stone Fist 2. Thunderbolt 2. Cold Snap. Weld Burst. Ether Bolt. Now we're getting into Rust Riposte. Rust Riposte 1. Fire Riposte 1. Water Riposte 1. Wind Riposte. So this is the kind of stuff that you have to do when you do your modding. Sometimes it's tedious, right? Not everything is super sexy and cool. Riposte. Nature Riposte. God, what am I gonna make? I'm gonna make or order. If I were to order, what would I want? Maybe I could go for some Taco Bell. You know, get a little Taco Bell. I think they get. Hopefully, they still have. Hold on, I got to check this out. Does Taco Bell still have their nacho fries? If they have the nacho fries, that's probably going to be what it is. If not, done. It's dead to me. The only time I ever order Taco Bell is when they have, like, nacho fries in stock. They do. All right, that probability just got a lot higher that I'm getting Taco Bell. Wonder 2. Silent. Whoops. Silent Steps 2. Agility 2. Excavation 1. Alright. It's gotta be Excavation 1. Nourishing Aura 1. Rapid Shot 1. Strengthen. Swiftness. Tinkerer. Oh, I never actually, never did anything with Flash Heal. Never did anything with Flash Heal. Equilibrium 2. I'm not sure if Flash Heal's like a good spell or not. I never tuned it. Grand Animal 2. That'd probably be something we should do right after this is done. We'll do a quick look at it. Equalize 2. Resist elements 1. Resist fire 1. Resist water 1. Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna save. As someone from Cali, the best fast food is In-N-Out. Oh yeah, In-N-Out Burger. I've heard of that. I've yet to partake, but I have heard really good things about In-N-Out Burger. Unfortunately, we don't have any of that kind of stuff in New York. Not yet, right? You know, I'll look again. I think I looked like maybe a year ago because someone else had mentioned it. Now burger. Just tell me where you live. Franchise. Here we go. I'll open up the first In-N-Out Burger. The first one in New York. No results found. So the closest one to me is in Dallas, Texas. All right, let's gas up the car. Let's get some. How about you overnight it to me? Can you get that sent to my door? I would like to. I will be. I'm gonna be going to Disney World, Disneyland, whichever the California one is. In the fall, I'm gonna be doing some In-N-Out Burger there because I have heard of it. It is on the list of things. Resist wind. Resist earth. Resist lightning. Resist frost. Resist nature. Resist arcane. We got endless breath. And this will be all tier 1 and tier 2 stuff done. Do we get a Vice vlog? What do you mean? Vlog? Summon Light 2. Kindle 1. Kindle's a pretty good spell too, actually. Surface Ascent, that's a really good one. I'm pleased that, like, as I'm looking at my spells, I'm like, you know, that's actually a pretty handy spell to have. Got Shadow Step. I can't wait to make like different kinds of riffs and stuff too. Whoops. Cleansing Light, right? Shadow Step, Corpse Swap, Surface Ascent, Kindle, Summon Light. Cool. Tier 1 and Tier 2 are done. Tier 3, ugh. You know what I could do? This may be cheap. Maybe cheap, but I think this is going to save time, right? Because we can kind of go through right up to Arcane Riposte, right? So this is something that should... Well, let me... Yeah. So let me copy all this. Go right down to here, right? So ideally, what I could do now is a search and replace. I can say if there's anything that's 2, let's make it 3, right? Apply. There you go. So now Rust Orb 3, right? And now if there's anything that's 1, let's make it 2. There we go. Oh, outside stream at Disneyland? I'm not sure. I didn't even consider it, honestly. I want to go to the Super Mario World. I want to get a lightsaber. Like, there's a bunch of things that I want to do that I think would be fun to do. You see me walking around. All right, everyone. I'm gonna be like eating like everything there. My one coworker told me I have to go to some like. He said he doesn't know it's in California. I gotta find the equivalent, but he goes to the one in Florida, and he's like Gaston's like pub. There's some kind of like, you know, big fist-sized cinnamon rolls that are delicious. He gets them every time he goes. Rust Nova 1. Incinerate 1. Tidal Wave 1. What I would like to do, actually, it's funny. I think I would rather take a cruise than go to Disneyland or Disney World. Electrocute. Ice Strike. Verdant Surge. An Explosion and Corpse Explosion. Ooh-wee. Alright, so I should be able to pretty much copy all of the alteration spells here. Yep, and paste them all in. And this is going to be a similar thing, right? I'm going to find anything that is 2 and make it 3. Now, anytime anything is 1, let's make it 2. There we go. So all those spells are done. Yeah, this is a lot faster. A lot faster. Boop. So 1, 2, 3 new spells. So this is Butcher 1. This is Velocity 1. It's funny, with Velocity 1, I was actually watching, I think I was watching The Flash, right? And it was like Zoom, right? Velocity 6, you know, like the speed drug. And I'm like, well, Velocity is a good spell for a really fast-moving spell. Sounds great. I think I'll take it. Equilibrium all the way down to here. Copy. All right, anything that is 3 or anything that's 2, let's make it 3. Anything that is 1, let's make it 2. Are you staying at a hotel or an Airbnb? I think we're staying at a I think maybe it's going to be a hotel. Yeah, it's a hotel. It's not an Airbnb. There's a hotel that's kind of close by. It's within walking distance of Disneyland. It looks like. I didn't want to drive because I know Disneyland does, like, you know, their parking and everything's kind of crappy. I was looking. You could stay in. Did you know you could stay inside that Cinderella's castle for like? It was like 30 or 40 grand. I'm like, show me the people who are like, you know what, we're going to Disneyland. I want to stay in the castle here. Basically, buy a cheap house. Get the fuck out of here. Insanity. Insanity. I'm misspelling everything here. Let me recheck. Let me check what I've done here. Let's see. 3, 2. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good. You know, it's not even worth doing a copy and paste here. Because it's only going to be 3 entries. Bind Affinity. Surface Ascent 2. Kindle 2. Summon Light 3. Oh, also, you don't want to do the lightsaber class. That shit's way too expensive. I mean, I don't want to do a class. I want to... I'm on the fence. I'll have enough to get a lightsaber, but it's gotta be a really cool lightsaber for me to buy it. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm in Disney, you know, let me get my lightsaber. And I think there's also something else too, to where they have performances from what I'm understanding here. You know, like the actors, right? They'll have performances, and they will ask for like volunteers for do things. And if you're around and wait for the performance and you get the volunteer, you get a lightsaber for free. So you want to try and hit their little shows they're doing before spending your money to get a lightsaber, because you may actually get a lightsaber for free. A little Vice wisdom. Vice, did you know they closed Splash Mountain? Yeah, they closed it, and they're coming out with Splash Mountain. They're redoing. I think they're redoing that to, what was it called? It's the new like Princess and the Frog movie, I guess. So it's still going to be like a water ride, but it's going to be like themed like that. Not sure if it's going to be ready by the time old Vice is there. But at the same time, like, I would rather, honestly, I think I'd rather be at like a Six Flags or something. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so if this is a 3, let's make it a 4. If this is a 2, let's make it a 3. This is a 1, let's make it a 2. There we go. Spot check it here. Ether Bolt, that looks good. Corpse Explosion. All right, and then all this stuff here. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, like I was saying though, I would rather go to like a Six Flags, just because I like roller coasters. I've seen a lot of these rides, and I'm like, why would I want to go on one of those rides, right? It's not thrilling or anything. You're just kind of cruising around. You see little animatronics crap. I'm like, that doesn't do it for me. I could care less about that. I think the big thing I'm going for is the food. My coworker tells me that Dole Whip is pretty incredible, so I wanna try some of that. Maybe get a picture with Goofy. You know what I mean? Priorities. Static Shock. Spite. Oh my god, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Arcane Surge. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to be honest. Disney World is better. Oh, the one in Florida. I heard that too. It is better. I think it was more expensive overall though, by a couple of grand, and that's including like a plane ticket. So that was the other thing. I'm like, you know, it's like, sure, it's better, but I can only eat so much and drink so much during the day. I don't know. Like it and it's cheaper, right? Like I honestly, I would rather be doing a cruise. I would very much rather be doing a cruise than going to Disney World. So I'm pulling this up here. I have Radiant Light there. Do I still have Radiant Light? Did I make Radiant Light a tier 2 or a tier 3 spell? I feel like we got some discrepancies here. Okay, Radiant Light was a tier 4 spell. That spell should not be enabled. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, something doesn't quite seem right here. Okay, so let's head back in here so I can minimize tier 2. We still need tier 3 stuff. So this is all of the tier 4 invocation spells. I now need to come up to the top here. We're gonna copy these. Paste. We're gonna select everything. Okay, so if it is tier 3, let's change it to tier 4. If it's 2, let's change it to 3. If it's 1, let's change it to 2. There we go. That just leaves Prosperity, Revive, and Radiant Light, which is still a spell. I was thinking about that too. Okay, about 5 minutes. I'm filling in a dictionary right now. Okay, sounds good. We're gonna be talking about some dinner plans. I'm kind of feeling pizza. I should have just said that. Feeling pizza. There's a really good pizza place around here. Get the 607. Cruises are more fun, but your little one would be bored. No, not really, Fritz. They have, like, I was looking at it, they have huge, like, play areas for them. Like, it was like, looking at it, I'm like, that's better than, like, the DZ Discovery Zone. Like, holy crap. Like a full play place. I do want to do that. I do want to do the cruise. Radiant Light. Why do I not see anything for Radiant Light? You don't have a config made for it. Aha. Where is it? Where should it be? Should be down here. Radiant Light. Should it be... Is it with Fly? Is it with Fly? No, it's an alteration spell. Yeah, so it should be down here with Revive, right? Yeah, Revive, and then we have Radiant Light. Radiant Light is the spell that I wanted to get rid of, not... Yeah, Radiant Light we got rid of. Where's that other one? Cleansing Light. Okay, I'm getting confused here. I think what I need to do, because there's been some confusion, just so I haven't disabled spells all willy-nilly, we need to kind of... we need to look at the enum for this. If you were to go on a cruise, where do you want to go? Honestly, I don't care. The cruise, I mean, it's basically like... I don't care. I would enjoy no matter what it is. Like, I don't really care for, like, the excursions. Just let me look out into the water. Give me some time to, like, play on my laptop, right? Do some programming or something. Go out and, like, they have, like, shows and like, all it's like being on a floating town. It's crazy. You know, like, give me some tasty food. Let me just relax. Let me swim. Let me do, like, some of those, like, they have the thing where it's, like, the wind tunnel you go into, and, like, ridiculous. Ridiculous. I would love to do it. Send me anywhere. Send me anywhere. Alright, so we're gonna look at the spell list here. So, tier 1, we got Rust Orb through Aetherbolt, Plunder through Agility, Equilibrium through True North, and then we have Summon Light, Summon Corpse, and Telekinesis. Bam. Tier 2 spells. We have Rust Orb 2 from Arcane Riposte 1, Plunder through Flash Heal, Equilibrium through Endless Breath, Sunlight Kindle, Surface Ascent, Corpse Swap, Shadow Step, and Cleansing Light. Restore 3 down to Corpse Explosion. Plunder 3 through Regeneration 1. Butcher Velocity, Regeneration, perfect. Equilibrium 3. Do you want to go on... what? It sounds like you are in the know with this stuff. You go on vacations often, Fritz? Growth, Featherfall, Arcane, Fertilize. Yep, all of that's fine. Summon Light, Kindle, Surface Ascend, Bind Affinity, and then Tier 4 spells. Big Rust Orb all the way down through Arcane Surge. Corpse Explosion's in there, good. We got Plunder 4 going all the way down to Revive. With Radiant Light disabled. Good. Equilibrium all the way down to... We got Arcane here, so that's Beast Sense, Polymorph, Preservation, and Fly. And then we got Summon 4, Kindle 3, Surface Ascent. Then we got Duplicate, Blink, Riftwalker, Summon Portal, and Summon Vault. Okay, all of those are looking good. So that's good. That is good. Tier 3. Regeneration, Growth, Bind Affinity. Wait, was Bind Affinity in here? Yep. Perfect. I mean, 90% of those you have to pay for after getting on the boat. I went on a Mediterranean cruise last summer, 13-day, I think. Well, so, you're talking about the excursions, or are you talking about, like, the drink package, getting a drink package, or, you know, like your food and everything? Yeah, there are sales going on right now, Fritz, with the cruises. I think we're booked for I don't know where the cruise is because I didn't care enough to remember. But, like, I'm getting, like, the drink package. I'm getting, you know, like, I'm getting the works with it because I want to fully enjoy the cruise. But the drink packages are, like, 50% off. So it made sense to, like, just upgrade to, like, the new one. Or, you know, like, the better version of it. No, you talked about wind tunnels or something. Oh, yeah. I know you gotta pay for, like, that extra fun stuff, right? But it's still cool to have the option. I'm not saying I want to wait in line to go to a wind tunnel, because I know damn well there's gonna be a line, right? They got, like, the bungee throwing you up and everything. Like, all that's cool. I honestly just want to be able to relax, right? Just kick my feet up and just, like, relax a little bit. Eat some good food, take in the scenery. You know, each stop we hit, you know, like, right, go out to the... I think the cruise, it has, like, I think it has, like, someplace in, like, Ireland or Scotland. There's, like, that lock, right? I think it's in Scotland, the boat lock, where it's, like, it fills up and it, like, you know, lifts the boat or, like, drop, you know, like, little, like, sites like that. Clarity, Regeneration, Velocity, Butcher, Flash Heal, Tinkerer, Swiftness. Okay, all of that's looking good. Radiant Light disabled. And now we're back down to here. So I have only a few spells left. Good, I did not mess everything up. I thought I had missed something. Like, it wasn't... Didn't seem like things were lining up the way they should have, but I guess they were perfectly fine. It was me. All right, so 2 becomes 3, 1 becomes 2, 289. I don't effing think so. Undo that, please and thank you. Great, I think it just screwed up again. All right, I gotta do this manually, apparently. Get rid of all that. All right, all right, all right. What do we got? Scroll up here. Butcher 2. Velocity 2, Regeneration 2, Prosperity 1, Revive 1. All right. And then we have Equilibrium 4 all the way down to Resist Elements. From there, Resist Elements 3 all the way down to Resist Arcane. And then, okay, this makes sense. Now we got Beast Sense. Yeah, I want to go on a cruise. I want a vacation. The thing is, I haven't really ever taken vacations. Vacations to me were like, hey, World of Warcraft's got an expansion coming out. I'm gonna no-life it for like, you know, a week straight and use my PTO that way. Now it's like, I don't know, I kinda wanna do vacations for realsies. It's gonna be interesting to do the cruise too, because I do get motion sick, but I think I get motion sick when I'm in the car with someone and they're like slamming the brakes and I'm going like this, you know, constantly. I think that may be where my motion sickness comes from. Because I'm fine, like, if I drive or, you know, anything else. So that will be an interesting thing to see how I react to it. Surface Ascent. This is Duplicate. DUP. There it is. Duplicate. Blink. Who would want to disable Blink? Riftwalker. I could see someone disabling Riftwalker. Summon. Portal. Summon Void Vault. Okay, with that, everything should be done. I will say I think at Disney my favorite land was Epcot. Really? We will have to talk more about your Disney excursion there. We will definitely have to talk more about it. Because I'm interested, right? Like, I want to see, like, you know, any cool places to hit, any, you know, anything to do. And I know the dates are set. I know it's going to be like early September that I'm going to be in Disney this year. Disney! That's why I didn't have Radiant Light disabled in here. There we go. That should be good. All right, everyone. I think this is done. I'm going to probably release this update today. A little later. I'm gonna go first. I'm going to find someone to raid. I'm going to get my dinner situation taken care of. Let's look at Vintage Story. Who is playing Vintage? Who is really playing Vintage Story? Who do we got? Intense Fun Kid. You know what I'm doing? What I'm finding myself doing? Is I'm looking to see if anyone's playing with the Magic mod, and no one is. I think that's like the first thing that I look for. I'm like, is there a mana bar there? I'll raid you. All right, I found someone. At Disneyland, how long are you there? Anywhere between like 4 to 6 days in between there, I think. Think so. I actually, you're bringing up some good questions. I'm going to be looking into that. Like, I know everything's been reserved. It's happening, right? Like, money's been paid. Like, I just gotta wait now. But I probably should. It's one of those things where, like, I have so much else going on. Like, I have it on my calendar. I'll just have to look. Let's do slash raid. Wasteland Puppy TV. Intended for mature audiences. I don't know if I'm mature enough. Ah, shoot. I had a Code Red Mountain Dew just sitting next to me. I could have been drinking that this whole time. Oh, man. Oh, well. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for stopping by, Fritz. I will, like I said, I definitely don't mind, you know, us talking about this. Like, this is, it's exciting. It's exciting. I want to shake hands with, you know, with Goofy, and I want to, you know, I want to sample some. I'm hoping they have, like, real roller coasters, you know what I mean? Quick! Hydrate, quick! I'm not going to open this just for... It's a little warm, too. I'll hydrate with this here. All right, everyone. So, like I said, a lot of things are coming in. The changelog is pretty much done. Now, this is the changelog here. New systems, new spells, new elements, disabling things. You know, decent configs. Like this is a huge update. But yeah, I will probably be live streaming a little later tonight as well. Maybe do some play testing, and maybe that's when I'll do the release. But thank you so much. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.